There's no power today. I really wanted to do this video whilst drinking a cup of tea, and the heating's gone off in here, and although it's quite warm and nice outside, it's now freezing cold in here. It's amazing how much you take things for granted, something as simple as electricity, until it's gone, and you're like, I just want to do something like make toast. Anyway, I need to rewrite my CV. So what I thought I'd do is I'd do a fun little video about my career. Hopefully someone might see this and go, I'm going to employ that fella. So let's start right back at the beginning, when I was 16 years old, coming out of school. And my brother was working at a boatyard, so I thought, you know what? I'll follow him. I'll go and do what he's doing, because he's earning money. It was not a job that I got fulfillment out of. But instead of quitting and going, I'm just going to leave, I finished my NVQ and got a qualification out of it at least. And then once I finished that, I transferred internally to the storeroom where my granddad worked. So I was working alongside my granddad. And in there, that's when I really started to learn stuff. So I learned how to stock take, I learned how to control stock by ordering, I learned how to return stock, I learned how to carry stock, unpack stock, drop stock, hurt myself carrying stock, and then we did manual handling training, and then I learned not to hurt myself while carrying stock. But basically anything to do with stock and stock management, I learned all about it in there. I did that for 2 years, decided that this really wasn't going to take me anywhere and I wasn't really going to get anything out of it, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to take the leap and I'm going to join the Royal Air Force. And that's where I started to really fly in my career, both literally and figuratively. So I did the basic training, and on the basic training I won a trophy. I won an award called the Rothschild, easy to say, nope. I won a trophy called the Rothschild Trophy, which is a trophy you get when you are classed as the best recruit in the green phase of training. And the green phase of training is what, I hear you ask? Well, it's the actual military sort of part of training, if you like. It's the living in shitholes, it's the cleaning your rifle, it's the shooting, it's the getting gassed, it's the army bit of training, okay? It's the army bit of training. I wasn't in the army, but it's the army bit of training, okay? And I was really good at it, and got an award and a trophy for it, alright? And then my first base was RAF Cottesmore, and I loved working at RAF Cottesmore because it was where the Harrier was, and the Harrier, when I was a kid, was my favourite airplane, and I got to photograph the very last flight of the Harrier in the UK, and although it was a sad moment for me, a very proud moment for me. And from there, my career just sort of exploded in the Air Force. I did things like walking on the field at Wembley behind Catherine Jenkins during an NFL game. I did bobsleigh, luge, skeleton. I went on adventurous training across Europe. I got my posting after Cottesmore to the Red Arrows and became the official photographer and videographer for the Red Arrows. And then from the RAF Red Arrows, I went across to RAF Coningsby. And I got to work with the Battle of Britain Memorial flight, another huge display team, with the only airworthy Lancaster in the whole of Europe. There are only 2 airworthy Lancasters in the world, and this bad boy's flown in it twice. The second time I flew in it was over the Queen's Diamond Jubilee in 2012, where I took these pictures, which got used on the BBC website, Sky News, ITV News, The Telegraph, The Guardian, the Daily Mirror, the Daily Mail, but various publications across the world. CNN even used it, and they also used this video which I'm about to show you now, which is on the Guardian website, but CNN used it as well. So yeah, and then because of that video, which I helped set up, edit, put out to media outlets, and do it all that, on my own by the way, somebody helped me put the cameras in and help the camera positions, but I edited it all by myself, put it out within an hour of landing because it was media and press stuff that needed to be out urgently, and I did that whilst also editing photos which went to the Telegraph, the Times, the Daily Mirror, voted number 32, top 100 images of 2012. Me. Because of that, I got to help the Red Arrows again, even though I'd left, set up stuff for their Olympic flight past. And then in 2014, I went to Lithuania for 4 months, and whilst I was in Lithuania for 4 months, I helped to refurbish an orphanage that was in Cholet City. It was the Cholet City orphanage, and we built them a huge sensory play area. So it's like a big cover and then there was like 6 sensory parts of the ball, like a ball pit, there was a sand pit, there was some rocks and stuff, and the kids loved it, and because a lot of kids were blind, so it was a really good area for them to play in and sort of feel their way around and get used to sort of touch and stuff. So it was such a cool little thing to do. I also instigated and organised the RAF putting 2 huge crosses at the Hill of Crosses at Cholet, which is a huge historical importance, so I did that. So in the Air Force I did loads of things. Not only was I a photographer and videographer and got my MVQ level 3 in that to become a professional photographer, I photographed everything from portraits to landscapes to technical stuff to media and press stuff. I was doing fundraising, I was building up stuff for orphanages, I was still doing my stock take stuff, I was doing lean working, all sorts of things and skills that I learned in the RAF. However, things change, and in 2014 I left that job because my son was born and I wanted to spend more time at home with my family, and from there I went to a place called the Diocese of Lincoln, which is the Church of England, and I became their media and press officer. For many reasons it didn't work out. When I did the interview I said that the Church of England needed to modernise and really attract younger people into their community, otherwise they were going to really suffer because the congregations were all aging. And that's what I did. I went about that. I did something that had never been done in the UK before, and that was live streamed a church service at Graingham Church over Periscope. Never been done before, but they didn't really like that and still wanted to do the old thing. So, and I was commuting an hour a day, and I wasn't really seeing my family because it was a 24/7 job, and so yeah, I left that job, and then I went to another job called Pushchair Expert, which was like Top Gear for pushchairs, if you like. So I was doing some article writing for the website. I helped them put together their baby and toddler magazine because they'd never done one before, so I was doing some InDesign work for them. And then I was doing presenting on videos like this. Hi, I'm Dan from PushchairExpert.com, and we are here today at Casato HQ to take an exclusive look at some of the new designs and pushchairs coming for 2016. This now is the Fly, a brand new travel system from Casato. Again, really light, really compact, and it's got a really clever one-handed fold. It's also, again, comes in this lovely new foxtail design. So we've all been there. We've had our child strapped into their car seat and they've been wriggling around and they've managed to escape. Not ideal and not safe at all. And I enjoyed the video side of things. I enjoyed doing the presenting side of things, hence why I like doing these vlogs and stuff. But again, it was a 24/7 job. I didn't really sort of know much about pushchairs, and I don't think really I was what they were looking for in the end, so I only lasted through the probation period and left. And then I came to this place. I came to Butlins, and I became the senior team leader of Showtime Studios, which is the photography studio and resort. When I took over the place, it was just a black desk in the middle of the Skyline Pavilion, which is this huge tent, and it had some screens in it, and I had a green screen behind me, and it was, you couldn't lock the unit was unsecure, the kit was constantly getting damaged, the roof above us would leak, so the kit would always get wet. Within a year, I changed that around. I managed to get a unit built purposely for us, where we could secure it and lock it down. It looked professional. I was making more money for the company. I was bringing in new ideas. I was amping the team up, and really, Showtime Studios was a success. It was something that was growing. It was a growing business. And then it was at the end of last year where I decided when I was going to go to Australia that I left there. That was the only reason I decided I was going to leave, was because I was going to Australia. And now I work as a barman in Centre Stage, which is one of the bars on the resort here. I'm absolutely loving working on the bar. I'd done maybe a week of bar work before I came here, but now I'm confident at pulling pints. I can change barrels. I've done cash handling obviously in Showtime Studios. So I did all the cash handling in the shop there when I ran that. Again, I've done stock takes and stock handling and ordering stock, and I've done team appraisals, I've done team disciplinaries, I've hired people, I've had to fire people, and I'm a very quick learner. Whether I enjoy the job or not, I always throw myself into something and try and learn as much as I can, because I always feel there's always something to get out of something if you enjoy it or not. You know, if you don't enjoy something, always try to find the thing that you can get out of it. Obviously I'm going to write a CV, this is not my CV, I'm not going to send this out to people, but if you're looking for someone who's reliable, looking for someone who is keen to learn, willing to learn, who throws themselves in, is enthusiastic, likes working in a team and can work solo, can work under time pressure, in the Air Force constantly working under time pressure, can work in difficult situations and difficult environments, then I'm your guy. Obviously I've got skills as well, like cash handling, stock taking, stock management, all the admin stuff that comes with being a manager, photography, videography, bar work, worked in retail. I've done article writing, both in the Air Force, Pushchair Expert, and at the Diocese. A little bit of carpentry, I suppose, if that's what you're looking for. I mean, I'm a bit rusty on that, but I can still do a job for you. So I've done other things on the side as well. So I've done stewarding at Norwich City, so I was a security steward at Norwich City. I've done that. I did some radio work, I did voiceover work for BBC Radio Norfolk. I did a show called Little Bexham. I've done theatre work, I've done acting. I was an extra in a TV show. I've done my own podcasts. I've done several of my own podcasts, ran my own website, did article writing for a sports website called LNT Motorsport, which is now Talk Press. I've done loads of things. I've done loads of different things. I'm always looking to try out my hand at something new. There's some football commentary as well at Norwich City. That's another thing just to throw in there. So hopefully when I get to Australia, I'll be able to condense my CV up a little bit and do a bit better, and I'll find a job. I'll keep you posted.